Algebra 1, test number 11. We got through lesson 3. Says 3.7. We actually got through 3.5, everybody. 3.5 study guide. Which one's an identity? Which one's exactly the same on both the left and the right? You can see A is negative 7y, positive 7, negative 7y, negative 8. That's definitely not it. You can see this one when we combine 8m and negative m, we get 7m plus 5. The other side says 7m minus 2. That's not it. But this one right here, we have number C. We got to combine or distribute this. Negative 2 times W is negative 2W. Negative 2 times negative 3 is positive 6. So you have 8W is equal to 7W plus 6 minus W. Combine your like terms. 7W minus W, 6W plus 6. Combine your like terms. 8W and negative 2W, 6W plus 6. That's the exact same on the left as it is on the right. C is the identity. 2 says you're driving to visit, and we had this problem last week, a friend who lives 440 miles away. You're driving 55 miles per hour and have already driven 275 miles. Write and solve an equation to find how much longer in hours you must drive to reach your destination. Your friend is 440 miles away. That is equal to the 55 miles per hour you're driving. 55 times X plus the amount you have already driven, 275. Okay, this is an algebraic model based on the description that is given there. The left side, 440, this is how much it was when you first started, is now equal to the right side, 55 miles per hour plus 275. So now it's a simple equation. Subtract 275 on both sides. 10 minus 5 is 5. 13 minus 7 is 6. And 3 minus 2 is 1. 165 is 55x. Divide by 55 on both sides to get x by itself. And it's saying in 3 more hours, you will reach your friend's house, which is 440 miles away from your house. Number 3 says a customer went to a garden shop and bought some potting soil for $14 and 6 shrubs. The total bill was $63.50. Write and solve an equation to find the price of each shrub. Price of each shrub is what we're looking for. So he went to the shop, or he or she went to the shop, $14 plus 6 times an unknown amount for shrubs. An unknown amount is X. The total is equal to $63.50. Subtract 14 on both sides to get X by itself. And be undo addition and subtraction first. 50 cents minus nothing is 50 cents. 13 minus 4 is 9, and 5 minus 1 is 4. 49.50 is equal to 6x. Get x by itself by dividing by 6 on both sides, and x is equal to $8.25. Those are the types of problems, everybody, that your calculators are for. Yeah? Once you get to 49.50 divided by 6, don't waste a lot of time on doing that division. You don't need a calculator to just take you another 35 or 40 seconds, but it's not necessary. Number 4, here's a new problem. Stephen wants to buy a bicycle, a $470 bicycle. He has no money saved, but he will be able to deposit, that means he's adding to it, $35 into a savings account when he receives his paycheck each Friday. However, before Stephen can buy the bike, he must give his sister $90 that he owes her. So for how many weeks will Stephen need to deposit money into his savings account before he can pay back his sister and buy the bike? So let's make a verbal model for this to make it make sense. So the bike is going to be your total. That's your total. Is equal to how much money he has. So this will be his bank. The bike equals however much is in his bank plus his deposit times, it says he's going to get paid each Friday. So his deposit is going to be $35 each week. So times each week. Okay. There's more to this one, though. It says, however, before he can do that, he must pay his sister back $90 he owes her. So if he's adding $35 a week, but he has to pay his sister back $90, adding $35 a week was the deposit. What do you think we have to do for what he has to pay his sister back? We have to subtract it. That's right. So minus, and we'll just write sis for this one. This is how much he owes his sister. There is a verbal model representing what's going on. Which one of those boxes do we not have a value for? Do we not have a number we can put in? The amount of weeks. That's right. The bike, we know how much it is. The bike is $470. We know how much is in his bank. No money saved. Zero. So it's kind of unnecessary to write that, but we want to represent everything they said. Plus, his deposit is $35 each week. The week we said is the amount that we don't have. So times X. Minus, he owes his sister $90. So there is an algebraic, that is an algebraic sentence that represents what's going on. So there's no reason to have plus 0 for anything. So it's simply 35x minus 90 is equal to 470, excuse me. So undo 90 by adding, minus 90, I mean by adding 90 to both sides. So 470 plus 90 is 560. Is equal to 35x. And they get x by itself by dividing by 35 on both sides. And x is 16. So in 16 weeks, he'll be able to pay his sister back and buy his $470 bike. So how many months is that? 4 months, like 4 months. It didn't ask you that question, but y'all are smart enough to figure that out. In about 4 months, this kid, whatever his name was, what was it, Steven? Steven will have his bike, and he had paid his sister back. This one's easier. Perimeter of a rectangle is 60 degrees centimeters. Find the value of x. Perimeter, remember, is the distance. It's this one plus this one plus this one plus this one. The perimeter is 2 times the length because it's the same, plus 2 times the width. So we got a length and we got a width. Okay. Doesn't matter which one you call length and width. Tells you the perimeter's value, though, is 60. So in place of P, we're going to plug in 60. 2 times the length, let's call the length 12 centimeters just because it comes first. Plus 2 times the width, that one right there is 3x. So 2 times 12 is 24. 2 times 3x is 6x. That's still equal to 60. Now you got an equation you can undo. Subtract 24 on both sides. 10 minus 4 is 6. 5 minus 2 is 3. 36 is 6x. Undo 6 times something by dividing by 6 on both sides. X is 6. So x is 6, and that's what you will find in the value for x. What is the longer side up here, though, if it asks you that question? How many centimeters? You know one of them's 12. What's the other one? Which is what? 18 centimeters. 3 times 6 is 18. Solving this equation, you got to do a lot for number 6. It's not hard. You just got to do a lot. You got to distribute. 5 times P is 5P. Times -1 is -5. -2 times 7 is -14. -2 times -P, positive 4P. That's all equal to 3P minus 1. Remember, before you try to undo anything, you got to completely simplify one side. Means you got to combine that and that. You like terms to get 9P. Also, this and this. -5 and -14 is -19. You can't put those two together because they're not like terms. So it's equal to 3P minus 1. Variables on both sides. Bring your P's all to the same side. 3P is smaller than 9P. It's positive, so subtract it. You do it there, do it here. 9P minus 3P is 6P. You still got -19 here, and you still have -1 on the other side. Undo minus 19 on the right by adding 19. If you do it there, do it to the left. -1 plus 19 is positive 18. Opposite signs. equals 6p. Divide by 6 on both sides. P's value is 3. 5x plus 5 equals 4x plus 9. Get your x's all on the same side. 4x is smaller than 5x. Subtract it. If you subtract the right, subtract the left. 5x minus 4x is 1x plus 5 equals 9. Undo plus 5 by subtracting it. You do it to the left, do it to the right. X is equal to 4. Before we go. Number 8 says 5d plus d plus 4d minus 4 is equal to 4d. You got the left side and the right side combined. 5d, d, and 4d. 5d and d is 6d plus 4d is 10d. Minus 4 is 4d. Remember, normally we bring our smaller variables over to our larger one. We would bring the 4 over to the 10. But since negative 4 is all by itself on the left, let's bring 10, positive 10 over by subtracting it. You subtract it there, subtract it here. 4d minus 10d is negative 6d. That's equal to negative 4 still. Divide by negative 6 to get d by itself. Do the same here. A negative divided by negative, we all know, is a positive. 2 goes into each of these. It goes into 4 twice and into 6 3 times. D is equal to positive 2 over 3. Number 9 says negative 6 is equal to x over 8 plus 4. You want to get x by itself. So remember, you do your order of operations backwards. You're trying to get x equals all by itself. Undo plus 4 first by subtracting 4. You subtract 4 on the right, subtract 4 on the left. Negative 6 minus 4, same signs. Add them up. You get negative 10 is equal to x over 8. That says x over 8 or x divided by 8. You cancel that out by multiplying by 8. If you multiply the right, multiply the left. 8 times negative 10, opposite signs, is going to be negative 80. So x equals negative 80. Number 10 says 3/5 x minus 6 is equal to 3. Again, undo your order of operations. You want to get x by itself. It says 3/5 times x, but then it says minus 6. You got to take care of the minus first by adding 6 to both sides. 3 plus 6 is going to be 9 on that side. Now it says 3 over 5 times x. You undo multiplication of 3 over 5 by dividing by 3 over 5. But remember, we said it a minute ago. Dividing by 3 over 5 is the same thing as multiplying by its reciprocal, 5 over 3. That'll cancel it out and leave you with x. If you multiply by 5 over 3 on the left, you have to multiply by 5 over 3 on the right. Everything's over 1. Remember, you can cross cancel. The number 3 goes into itself 1 time, and it goes into 9 3 times. 3 straight across times 5 is 15. 1 times 1 is 1. X is equal to 15. Number 11 says 9 is equal to negative d plus 14. Get d all by itself by undoing plus 14 by subtracting it. You do it to the right, do it to the left. 9 minus 14, opposite sign, subtract them. 14 minus 9 is 5. 14 is the higher absolute value. It's negative, so keep it as a negative 5 is equal to, it doesn't say d, it says negative d, which is the same thing as negative 1 times d. Undo that negative 1 times something by dividing by negative 1. If you do it to the right, do it to the left, and we know a negative divided by negative is a positive. 5 is equal to d. 2 is equal to 10 plus z over negative 3. Remember, we want to undo addition and subtraction first, but you can't because this fraction bar acts like a grouping symbol. So you have to undo the division of negative 3 first. You undo divide by negative 3 by multiplying by negative 3. Remember, whatever you do to one side, you do to the other side. Multiply this side by negative 3. Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6, is now equal to 10 plus z. That's positive 10, so subtract 10 to undo it. And if you do it to the right, do it to the left. Negative 6 minus 10 is negative 16. Same signs, add them, keep the common negative. For number 13, before you try to undo anything, you have to combine 30 and negative 8. You get 22 there. 22 plus 5q is equal to 67. Now you can't put 22 and 5q together because they're not like terms. We want to get q all by itself. It's positive 22, so undo plus 22 by subtracting it. You subtract the left, subtract the right. 7 minus 2 is 5. 6 minus 2 is 4. So 5 times q is equal to 45. Undo 5 times something by dividing by 5. You do it to the left. Again, do it to the right. 45 divided by 5 is 9. Q is 9. Number 14 says 5 times y plus 6 is equal to 50. 5 times y is 5y. 5 times 6 is plus 30 is equal to 50. Start undoing it. Get y by itself. Undo plus 30 by subtracting it. If you do it there, do it here. 50 minus 30 is 20. 5y is equal to 20. Undo 5 times something by dividing by 5. You do it to the left. Again, do it to the right. 20 divided by 5. Y's value is 4. 3p over 9 minus 23 is equal to negative 14. Want to get p all by itself. Undo minus 23 by adding it. You do it to the left, do it to the right. Negative 14 plus 23, opposite signs, so subtract them. 13 minus 4 is 9, and 1 minus 1 would be 0. 23 is the higher absolute value. It's positive, so positive 9. We still have on the left side 3p over 9. Undo divide by 9 by multiplying the 9 by 9. If you multiply the left, multiply the right by 9. 3p, because these cancel out, is equal to 9 times 9 is 81. Then get p by itself by dividing by 3. You divide the left, divide the right. 81 divided by 3 is 27. '16 says find the value of y. Just still solving for y. Combine your like terms. Negative 6y and positive 4y. Negative 2y plus 14 is equal to 32. Undo your order of operations to get y by itself. Undo plus 14 by subtracting it. Subtract the left, subtract the right. 12 minus 4 is 8. 2 minus 1 is 1. Negative 2y is equal to 18. Undo negative 2 times y by dividing by negative 2. You do to the left, do it to the right. Positive divided by negative, opposite signs is going to be negative. 18 divided by 2 is 9. '17 says a camera manufacturer spends $1,900 each day for overhead expenses, plus $6 per camera for labor and materials. So on this side, we're going to see how much money this manufacturer spends. Okay, so it costs him $1,900 plus $6 per camera. So the per camera is an unknown amount. So times X. It says they sell for, or how much he makes, $10 per camera or each. How many cameras must the company sell in one day to equal its daily costs? So it costs him $1,900 plus 6x, and he sells them for 10x. So when will the red be equal to the blue? So we have variables on both sides. Subtract 6x on the left to bring them on the same side. 10x minus 6x is 4x. When will that be equal to 1,900? Divide by 4 on both sides to get X by itself. 4 goes into 19 4 times, and 3's left over. 4 goes into 30 7 times, and 2's left over. 4 goes into 25 times. So X, in order for the camera manufacturer to break even, he needs to make, or he needs to sell 475 cameras per day. B asks if the manufacturer can increase production by 50 cameras per day, what would the daily profit be? What would his daily profit be? Well, still, his cameras, he's not going to have to pay an additional $1,900 overhead, but his cameras still cost $6 to make. So he's selling them for 10x, but they cost him $6 to make. So he's making a profit of $4 times each camera, and that's why it matches this. So if he does $50 or 50 more cameras, 4 times 50 gives you his profit. He'll have a $200 profit if he sells 50 more per day. So to make no money, he's got to sell 475. If he sells 50 more, so if he sells 525 cameras, he's going to make a $200 profit. 18 says a copy center offers its customers 2 different pricing plans for black and white copies of 8.5 by 11-inch pages. Customers can either pay 8 cents per page, or they can pay $7.50 for a discount card that lowers the cost to $5 per page. So, no discount. If it's no discount, they cost 8 cents per page. So 8 cents times the amount of pages somebody gets. If they buy the discount, it's going to cost them $7.50 plus 5 cents per page. Then it asks you, write and solve an equation to find the number of photocopies for which the cost of each plan is the same. Remember, when you see the same, when will the discount be equal to the no discount? So we got variables on each side. Move your smaller 5 cents X over to your larger 8 cents X by subtracting 5 cents X. So you have 3 cents times X equals $7.50. Get X by itself by dividing by 3 cents. You do it to the left, do it to the right. And X is equal to 250 copies. So when will they be the same at 250 copies? So let's pretend you were going to buy copies. If you were going to make 251 copies, would it pay you to buy the discount or not? What about 249 copies? Buy the discount or not? That's a very real problem that if you can make sense out of that when you're buying things, you'll save money versus lose money. If you make more than 250, so 251, it's better to buy the discount. If you don't make 250, it is better to not. C minus 4 is equal to negative 8. Undo minus 4 by adding it to both sides. These are opposite signs, so subtract them. 8 minus 4 is 4. 8 is a negative value. It's the higher absolute value, so C is negative 4. G plus a negative 5 means G minus 5 is negative 15. Undo that by adding 5 to both sides. Again, opposite signs. Subtract them. 15 minus 5 is 10. 15 is the higher absolute value. It's negative, so negative 10. 21 says simplify the expression, negative 4 squared. This is not negative 4 times negative 4. Extremely common mistake people make. It is 4 times 4, which is 16. Then the negative comes down in the front, negative 16. 22 says negative 20z minus 10z. Same common like terms, so you can subtract negative 20 minus 10 is negative 30. Same sign, so add them up, keep the common sign, negative 30z. Then 23 says negative 1x minus 1 is equal to 1. If we want to get x all by itself, it's negative 1. I know it looks funny written this way. Negative 1x minus 1 equals 1. Undo minus 1 by adding it. You add it to the left, add it to the right. Negative 1x is equal to 2. Undo negative 1 times something by dividing by negative 1. You do it to the left, do it to the right. A positive divided by a negative is a negative. 2 divided by 1 is 2. X's value is negative 2.